Welcome back again to my channel. Today I will be looking at steganography. It's an hidden but dangerous technique used by attackers to conceal malware payload and or stolen data inside images, audio, and file. These techniques are being used by attackers to conceal credentials for an organization for purposes best known to them. So for us to analyze steganography, first you will need to have an image. So I already have an image right here on my system, and this is my image here. And this image is just a picture showing an office space with two employees maybe discussing, and they decide to take a picture. Looking at this image, you can see there is nothing embedded on this image. Another thing that I want to use to analyze or implement or demonstrate a steganography is to use an online system like Steganography Online. So you go online and just click a select steganography. Online steganography. It's called Steganography Online. Then let's use this. When you have this open, because you must know, for example, I'm just going to create a scenario. An employee in a company decide to steal some form informations of the organization. This could be credit card, password, credentials. And in the event that there is an image, for example, an office decide to celebrate something and they took a picture, this employee may want to conceal credentials into that picture that have been taken and then send it to himself in order to access that credential, that information that is being embedded. So now I have this steganography online, then I have my picture that I just showed you. Then I have to choose that go to where my pictures is. My picture was on the desktop, and the picture I save it as office. I save it as office picture, and this is the picture. Then you can see the original picture. Just imagine you and someone taking a picture, but the person has some different ideas to steal some credential using the steganography techniques. So now I have it here. So I'm just going to encode some information on this picture. I'm just saying this is this these credentials are sensitive. It includes, just imagine these are the information that the employee stole, includes um, password, credit cards, info, and data information for employees. Let's put it this way. Okay. So these are encoded. These are what I am concealing into this image. So sorry, I need to correct this. So I'm concealing this into this image and concealing all of this into this image. I'm just going to put numbers just to make it look real. And this is what happened in an organization. Imagine it's a credit card information, and I put, something like this, and I put password, and I put something like password at two. Just assume this is a password. I'm going to encode this information on this picture. We can see the binary representation of this image. Then we have the original picture, we have the normalized one, then we have the picture that have the hidden message. You right click and save this. and I'm going to save it still on my desktop. I'm going to save it on my desktop. I'm going to save it on my desktop, and I'm just going to call conceal info. So I'll be able to, I'm going to save it that way, conceal info, and I'm going to save it. Okay. Now we have this information. For me to be able to, for the employee or whosoever, have concealed information on an image, like I said, could be on images, audios, or file. For the person to be able to access it, so because we're using online steganography, so for the person to decode what's in that picture, we'll go back to the image. So go back to this online, choose image. And before I do that, I want us to look if there's any difference from the original image and from the encoded one. So this is the original image, right? Then the encoded one is we have conceal info. Okay, so this is the one that have the concealed information. So this one has the concealed information. This was the original one. Looking at it virtually, if you just look at this information, you won't be able to tell if there's anything encoded on this one. An organization picture image have been encoded by an employee having an hidden information. Looking at this, everything look the same. And the employee may decide to send this one to you because you're on this picture and send this information to himself. The organization not knowing that there's an information being concealed on this image. So I'm going to close it. So for us to be able to decode, or the person gets home and wants to pull up those credentials and those informations, you go to decode. They will choose the file. On my desktop, I do have the file on my desktop, and I do call it concealed info. So this is it, and open, and I have the input here. So I want to decode and see the information that I have been able to gather if I'm the employee, which I will not be. So the attacker wants to look at it and see the information they've been able to gather. Then they decode. Once it is decoded, you will see the information. These credentials are sensitive. They include password, credit card information, data info, employees, and these are all the numbers encoded in this image. This is a very, very important and sensitive information. And it's very important that as a security engineer, you should be able to know. And what is the best way to ensure that this does not occur? It is important that organizations do not allow the use of sending information, an image to employee personal email. For example, there should be rules that have been put in place that restrict an employee in forwarding whatever image to their personal device, to their personal image. And by this way, the organization is able to stop any form of attacker using steganography techniques to access information. And I do believe that this is very helpful to you and this is very important to you. And I will encourage you to subscribe to my channel for more more videos and more informations that will help you and your organization. Bye for now.